What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic that I'll be discussing in this video today is in regards to the woman that broke my heart, right? So I believe that all of us as guys that are watching this video can relate to one moment or another in our lives where we've dealt with the woman that we've liked. And in fact, we were in love with them, right? We were ready to invest our time, our energies, our emotions, and our resources, aka money and other things, right? To show them that we were truly in love with them, that we loved them for who they were, no matter how imperfect they were. And all you expected her to do was to be able to love you back, right? But you ended up figuring out that she never really loved you for who you were, and all she loved you were the only reason why she loved you was for the things that you did for her. So I'm gonna give you basically my story, my example, where I was basically just a simp, and this was back during my simping days. I was a blue pill beta simp angina too. You feel me? I wasn't aware of the world. I wasn't really aware of women. I didn't really know their true nature for what it is. But it took experiences like this to really wake me up and start thinking about how the world works, how women function, how their nature is, and to really learn how to accept it, right? So let's get into this topic for me. So in this situation, the girl that I was in love with, the girl that broke my heart, mind me, let me just give you a little bit of a backstory. I'm Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian American. I was born in America, but I'm Nigerian. My parents are from Nigeria, right? So this was for my uncle's wedding back in 2016. My mother, my sister, and we basically went back to Nigeria for his wedding. And when we went back for his wedding, we stayed in my mom's town. We stayed in her town. It was like a village, aka town. It's like rural, but it's like a town, like in a village in the town. I don't know how to explain it really too well, right? So we eventually ended up staying in the town for at least like 2-3 weeks before we eventually ended up coming back to America, right? And in us staying there, I met this one girl who, she wasn't from there, but she knew my grandparents. Obviously, that's why we stayed in their place. So we stayed in my grandparents' place, which is from my mom's town. So she knew my grandparents. My grandparents knew them. That was the girl that actually ended up breaking my heart, but I'm gonna get into that point. So it was a situation that her and I started like getting to know each other, starting to talk to each other, get to know how each other, basically getting to know each other. You feel me? She basically told me her past, how she was with relationships and stuff. I told her my past, how I was in previous relationships. We were all basically getting to know each other, where she was born, like type of family she grew up in. It was like we're just basically trying to like get a feel and get a sense of each other. And mind me, back then, like I said, I had really had no awareness about females and their nature. I was just basically coming up, so this took me a while eventually to understand. But obviously, after going through the times when we were talking to each other, just getting to know each other, we obviously went through similar activities. We all went to my uncle's wedding, enjoyed it. It was a good experience. Obviously, that gave me more time to really get to know her and get to know more things about her. But it was a situation that as I was getting to know more about her and she was getting to know more about me and my past and everything, it was eventually the situation that I ended up catching feelings. And mind me, the worst part about the situation is that I ended up catching feelings for her, and the whole time, like I said, she was playing along and making it seem like she had feelings for me too. But obviously, that was a short time for somebody to have caught feelings, especially within a 2-3 week period, unless the sexual energy was there from the jump. But the worst part about it is that as I was catching feelings, I had a gut feeling. I had an instinctual feeling that told me that this girl was not up to no good. Like, this girl had problems of her own. Like, that's why I always tell you guys, especially in my previous videos, that you have to pay attention to the interactions that you have with people, because some people's energy It's not good for you. And the minute that your energy meshes up with their energy, you start to go from the highest vibration that you're at to the lowest vibration, right? So my instinct, my gut feeling was telling me that this girl was up to no good, that I should not mess with her. And I decided to ignore my gut feeling. I decided to just go with the flow and see how things were going, because things were going good at that point. Like, there were no arguments, there were no disputes. And why would there be arguments and disputes, especially with a girl that you just met, right? But yeah, I decided to ignore my gut feeling. So this happened. This is what happened. I think it was a couple of days after my uncle's wedding. This was probably because my uncle got married. I think it was at the 26th of December, 2016. So it's probably like 29th. It was one night. I think this was after my second uncle's wedding. Both my uncles got married around the same time, but my other uncle, I don't really know him too well. It's probably from he's from my mom's side, but like they're like a whole different branch that I'm not really too close with. But I'm not gonna get into that too much. I just want to get into the stories for me. So that one night that I basically had the opportunity to chill with the girl, right? We eventually ended up making out. We eventually ended up kissing. Like, it got the sexual energy to started getting like very intimate in between myself and the girl, obviously. And then from there, that's when things started to get even more intimate. Like especially as like days passed before I eventually ended up going back to America. There was actually one time where her and I were in a room together. I'm not gonna like get like too specific on me, but I'm just gonna like give you an idea. Her and I were in a room together. Obviously, we was like kissing, like doing our thing, and my aunt eventually ended up walking in on me. The aunt that got married to my uncle that we went back to for his wedding. She saw us obviously kissing and stuff, and she went to go tell my uncle. So it made it kind of awkward, and my uncle's trying to tell me, stay away from her, stay away from her. It even got to one point, I'm just being honest with y'all, because it's like, y'all, the people that watch my videos, y'all obviously support me, and if you don't support me, it's not good, but I'm gonna be real. It was a situation that my uncle eventually ended up playing me one time and told me that he gave her money to eventually end up leaving, and I called her. At that time, I when I got back, I got a phone that I used to talk to her, like when I wasn't with her. And I basically asked her, and she told me that he wasn't telling her the truth and stuff. And I just got emotional in my feelings, because mind me, I don't know what the situation was back at that time, but I honestly cared for this girl. And mind me, on top of caring for her, I was also buying her stuff. Like, I was giving her money. I was giving her a lot of money to be able to do things with the money, you feel me? Buy whatever she wanted to buy. I was just giving her money left and right. At least back then when I went back to Nigeria with the money. So, long story short, it's a situation that we eventually end up leaving Nigeria to come back to America. Mind me, she left a couple of days early, so obviously when she left, I also got emotional as well too. And as the big simp I was back then, I started crying. I cried because she left. And mind me, it's kind of crazy. I don't really talk about this too much, because it's like, that was before my past when I really didn't know too much, like I said, about female nature. I cried because I missed her presence. I missed everything about her. I really got caught up, and I was like, I didn't know back then that was a sign of weakness that I was showing, but it's like, it's these experiences that really cause you to really grow up and really know how you have to move, you feel me? And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, it wasn't my past, but it helped me to shape me to the person that I am right now. But anyway, back to the topic. 2 weeks later, especially after we got back to America, this was probably like the second week in January after we got back. Her and I had exchanged numbers when I was back in Nigeria, so I think she kept my number, and she eventually used it to eventually end up hitting me up through this one video editing app called WhatsApp. So WhatsApp was the video messaging app, or the video chatting app, or chatting messaging app, whatever you call it, that we basically used to talk to each other, right? And she was basically trying to hit me up, telling me that she missed me, this and that, trying to catch up. So obviously her and I would just use that for the time being to just message with each other, communicate with each other. But there was one thing that I noticed about that, especially as I got back, that really made me to think at first, but then I let down my guard. And that one thing that really made me to think was the situation about how every single month that would pass by, especially starting from January, this girl would always ask me to send her money. It was like a habit every single time, every single month that I'm going through a hardship, I'm going through hard times. Can you send me money? Can you send me money? Can you send me money? It was a situation that I eventually ended up sending her money almost every single month for the remainder of that year. So every single month that would pass by, I would send her money to be able to take care of herself, to take care of her needs. There were even certain months that I would send her money. I would send her money twice every single month, at least for like about a good 2 months, 3 months. I would send her money twice a month, and I couldn't afford that because mind me, back then, like I said, I was still young. I was 17. I met her when I was 16. I was 17, or actually, no, I was 16 to 17. I was working a job, but it's like I felt like every single time when I was working, it's like most of my money was going towards her. And the thing with her is that it was a situation that she would be grateful in the moment, but then after a while, she'd start acting ungrateful. You feel me? But it was these things that caused me to really understand. And I was really asking myself at a point in time, I was asking myself, why is it the situation she's always asking me for money every single month? Like, it was just becoming annoying at that point, but all because of love. Because I told you I got caught up and I had invested my emotions into her. I let love blind me from really knowing the truth about what the situation was. And there were even points during that point in time, especially with us chatting, I would call her almost every single morning. I would like go to the gas station and buy like a phone card to be able to call Nigeria every single time because I had her number, right? I had her number. I was calling her almost every single day because I was so insecure within myself. I didn't really know whether she was going to be loyal to me or not, if she was going to cheat. And mind me, this is a girl that I only knew for like 2-3 weeks before I eventually ended up leaving, but I had already caught feelings for her because I was, like I said, I was in my Simp days. I was a beta male Simp engine at the time. I didn't really know better. But at the same time as well, too, all of us guys were literally trained by that to society to basically, like I said, cater to a woman's needs, to treat her the way that will make her look like a queen, that we should place her above our needs. And that's basically what I did. You feel me? I wasn't paying attention to myself as much, and I was just catering to her and everything that she asked for. And that was what made me to lose at the end. So, like I said, every single month I was sending her money. It was making me feel bad because of the way that she would treat me at the end, and she would just treat me with a bunch of disrespect, and the way that she would talk to me at the end, and the way she would make me feel. I felt like something was wrong. And when I was going through those experiences are what caused me to really start to open my eyes to the reality of the world. And I was like, I spotted some narcissistic tendencies in her because she would always talk about herself, never ask me at times how I was doing. And obviously, because I thought that her and I were in a relationship at this point, I wanted her to obviously show me off to the world. I wanted her to post me on her profile, this and that. And it's a situation that she was taking a long time just to be able to post pictures of me and stuff. And that was also a red flag to me, an indicating sign that I felt like she wasn't really loyal to me and that she was messing with other dudes on the side. You feel me? I felt like she was messing with other dudes on the side because I was like, if you're not comfortable to show me off, then that means that you're definitely hiding something. And for sure, she was definitely hiding something, but I didn't know what it was at the time. You feel me? But we fast forward into 2018. Her and I were still talking. I was still sending her money throughout the whole of 2018. I eventually never ended up figuring out what the situation was until I stopped sending her money in 2019, and I really started to realize that there were other people who saw the world from the way that I saw it at the time. And mind me, like I said, I started to really open my eyes and start seeing the world for the way it truly was at 17, but I didn't really start picking up on it because I didn't know that other people saw it the way that I saw it, about how females were like, or some of them are narcissistic, some of them don't really care about you and they just want to use you for your money. And I felt like that was a trend that she was heading into, that all she wanted to do was use me for my money. She never really cared about me. So as of December of 2018, obviously the whole 2018 passed, everything was okay. I don't want to say it was good because it really wasn't good, because I was starting to really pick up on these things. I stopped sending her money. December of 2018 was the last time I sent the girl money. After that, it's like the relationship just started heading down in a downward spiral because obviously I wasn't stupid at that point. I started realizing that especially after 2 years of you talking to this girl, or at least messaging her through WhatsApp. Certain things like were gonna happen. Obviously, there's guys over there in Miami. Originally, when her and I started talking to each other back in Nigeria, she had told me that she wasn't even a virgin. So my thing is that I started really thinking about all of this and how it played out. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, if she wasn't a virgin before she met you, what makes you think that she's not messing with other dudes back there? Especially now that you're not even in her life, you're on the other side of the world, making it seem like she's gonna be loyal to you. So that was what really boosted me in my mind to really start saying to myself, you know what, you gotta stop paying attention to this girl. You gotta stop giving her money. You gotta stop showing her validation, because if anything, she's probably messing with guys back there that you're not even aware of. So she started giving me signs like in January, February of 2019, last year, that she was doing stuff. She was messing with other dudes, because she would ask me for money and I wouldn't give her any more money. Then, like I said, fast forward to September last year, I eventually ended up asking her, did you have sex with any other dudes other than the dude that you claimed that you lost your virginity to when you lost your virginity to? And she eventually ended up telling me that earlier last year, 2019, she got into a relationship with another dude while she was in a relationship with me, or a relationship. Obviously, long-term relationships, like I said, they don't last. She was in a relationship with another dude. She ended up having sex with the dude, this and that, after everything I did for her. And that was what really opened my eyes to it behind me. The thing is that because I had already been aware of what the red pill is, and I'd really started to see her for what she truly is, that's why I stopped sending her money and stuff. I already assumed in my head that she had cheated on me. I already assumed that she was messing with another dude. I already assumed that she had sex with another dude. But all I wanted to do was get closure. All I wanted was closure, and I received the closure. And then after that point of her telling me that she cheated on me, I had to cut her off, because I told myself in my head, the worst thing that one of the worst things that a woman could ever do to you is to disrespect you. And if she has the guts to disrespect you like that, there's no turning back. The worst part is that there are some men out there that will literally get disrespected by women like that, and they'll take them back. And then from there, the woman will see you as weak. But I had to respect myself, and I had to end off the relationship. So ever since that point in time, it's like she's been trying to get in contact with me, but it's like I don't talk to her anymore. You feel me? I don't really pay her any much attention, because I know how much I contributed to her and how much of a simp I was to prove to her that I was serious about her. But she eventually ended up disrespecting me and breaking my heart. And then from that point, it's like I started to see females for the way that they truly were. So I started to really, obviously, listen more to what other red pill people had to say about it, because I had already started to view the world for what it truly is, obviously being red pill. But the thing is that you don't really start to become alpha until you really start to get into get into relationships with other people. Not even really relationships, to start talking to people, obviously dating people. And when you're talking to these people, obviously you lay your foundation out from the start. And one of the most important things as well too is just learning how to not invest your emotions, because it's like the minute you invest your emotions, it transitions you from being more of a person that's masculine to a person that's feminine, which is supposed to be the woman, right? Woman's supposed to possess all those feminine qualities. And that was what really caused me to really just grow up from my mistakes and just really learn how to start relying upon myself and to never invest my emotions again into a female. And ever since then, like I said, that's never happened to me again. I've like, she was probably the only woman, or one of the only women that have played me like that as much as she played me. For almost a whole 2 years, I was giving this girl money, showing her that I loved her, I cared. I was calling her on the phone, showing her that I truly loved her, and she eventually ended up breaking my heart. But you know what? We learn from stuff like that, because most guys, like I said, can relate to what I've said. We all have our simp moments, but it's all about how you bounce back from that simp moment, and how you allow your past relationships to determine your relationships overall. So my thing I can honestly say is that, like I said, I learned from that. It caused me to really grow as a man and grow as a person, to really learn how to not emotionally attach myself in a relationship. And on top of not emotionally attaching myself in a relationship, also learning how to move when it comes to women, accepting their nature for what it is, and becoming the best version of yourself. You feel me? So I hope y'all learned from my story today, and hopefully I'll learn not to make the same mistakes that I made, and just from there, just grow from there and become the best version of yourself each and every single day. You feel me? So listen, If you understand, it's because you're woke. But if you don't understand, it's because you're not woke. This is gonna be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, subscribe to the channel, man, at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS, and make sure you tap that notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Subscribe to the Patreon, link is gonna be down in the description below, so make sure you give that a check. And we're gonna catch you in the next video. This is WokeEbucks, signing out.